Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are live.
Oh
Welcome to
my
this
goodness.
Royal Rumble Eve, brother.
Yeah, they haven't had the men. They have only had the women's Royal Rumble so far. They haven't had the men's one yet.
Yeah. How the hell are you, Russ?
I'm doing fantastic, my friend. I've just been chilling most of the day. I took a nap earlier. It was nice, and I'm geared up. I'm watching the Royal Rumble since about 7. So the pre-coverage from 7 to 8, and then from 8 they did the women's Royal Rumble first, and now they're starting the Fatal 4-Way match for the title. And I'm enjoying it, man. It's a chill day, man. Anna did all the running around. I was like, this is live. I love this. I'll be doing a lot of shit tomorrow, but that's okay.
Oh, man.
And it's been a crazy ass week. I gotta tell you, I've been just weird shit has been popping up in the news and shit. This is nuts, for stuff I care about, especially, I'm like, God damn, dude, this is nuts, man. So, the Eagles got themselves a new defensive coordinator. If you'd have told me it was going to be Vic Fangio, I would about 2 weeks ago I said, you're out of your mind. He's coaching in Miami. Well, shit happened, and I guess he's left Miami, and now he's with Philly. I'm like, okay. So it's weird. Yeah, not a nutty shit happening. The coaching carousel is kind of funny because, like, Belichick might be left out in the cold, dude. This is kind of crazy, man.
Yeah.
We might have an NFL season next year where the supposed to be GOAT of coaches isn't coaching somewhere. Wild. Yeah, grass.
I think he lands somewhere this year.
Well, he's only got 2 spots available, and that's Seattle and Washington that are left. So, and everyone thinks Washington's got their eyes on Detroit's offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
And that's who everyone thinks that that's who they're solidly focused in on. And I've heard now Seattle is, I heard they've got their eyes on what's the guy trying to remember what his name is. The guy that coached, I can't remember his name. The guy who used to play for Belichick, coached in on the Titans.
Vrabel.
Yeah, Vrabel. There it is. I can never remember his fucking name for some reason. I can't. Rumors that they're interested in Vrabel, and I think a couple other people. So maybe Belichick's on their list. I don't know, but I gotta believe it's crazy, man. To imagine him possibly not having a gig, that's wild to me. But
I can't believe that Atlanta, like, if that's where he wanted to be, I can't believe Atlanta wasn't just like, okay, cool.
Yeah, they ended up hiring Tampa's O coordinator, which really shocked me. Not that he didn't do a good job. I think Tampa Bay with Baker and everything. I thought that team really surprised me this year. I thought they did really good. Considering what they had, what they had to work with, their coaching staff really did a good job, and really they kind of like it seemed like they like highlighted what Baker can do really well. And
for over 4,000 yards.
He did great, man. This is one of those seasons where Baker was on, man, and they did a good job, with the offense taking advantage of what he can do, and I think that's what you got to do when you're a coach. But so I guess they liked him, and they snaked him. So. Everyone wants to go with these hot shot coordinators, man. That's what it is. And I feel like using the whole retread coach is sort of, if you have to use them, fine. But if you don't have, there's like a hot shot coordinator you want to get. That's who everyone wants to go with, which doesn't mean they're going to be great head coaches, by the way. You can be a great offensive coordinator. It doesn't mean you're going to be a good head coach. Look at North Turner. He was a great coordinator, a great O coordinator. But he was a terrible head coach. Everywhere he went, terrible.
He was just mediocre. Like, he was 500, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think he was. But it was the reason why I would say he did a terrible job is because you could tell when he was a head coach. It was like it was almost like the organization would just like never be. It never was as good as when he took over. It was always he would always get fired, and it was worse than it was when he took it on. And I always believe that good or average to good coaches, well, if they're fired, fine, but they'll leave an organization in better shape than it was when they started working there. And he would wreck organizations. But it was a great offensive coordinator. I thought he was wonderful. The guy would. I remember when he was the O coordinator and when he was the O coordinator in San Diego, he had that team ripping back in the day, man. Their offense was great, and it's like shit. But then that ends up getting him a head coaching job, and he goes back to being mediocre.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, man. It's tough. I hope for some of these teams, the guys that they sign to be their head coach, I hope they work for them. It'd be. It would be. Atlanta's got some good players, man. They got some good young players. It would be fun to see them actually do something, and maybe, they got to fix a few things, but it'd be cool to see them be dangerous again. Atlanta, I always remember when I was growing up, Atlanta was one of those teams that was always kind of never terrible. They were always pretty good, especially back in the day with the MC Hammer shit. I remember that back in the day in the 90s. and they're doing that too legit to quit shit that year in Washington.
Dion.
Yeah, with Dion. Yeah, they had Dion and had Andre Rison.
Yep.
Holy shit, man. We're talking about some seriously crazy playmakers, man. I mean, and
Andre Rison got his house burnt down.
By left eye, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that bitch was crazy. Dude. He was crazy too, though. So I think it was almost like they were meant for each other, but it was a combustible relationship, Supposedly she put all his shit in a bathtub and put some gasoline, or lighter fluid or something on, or gasoline on it, and set that shit on fire. His house went up like a Roman candle.
Goddamn.
I'm not sure if he beat her ass or something, or if she or she suspected he was cheating on her and she just went nuts. I don't know. But
I don't know.
But that girl was God rest her soul, man. Yeah. Holy shit. She was no one to be trifled with, that's for sure.
Andre Rison, that's a name you haven't heard in friggin' forever.
Oh man, it's just crazy how he was one of those receivers. I feel like he vanished fast. It was like he was the really up and coming best receiver in the league, and all of a sudden it was like wanted to get big payday, went to another team, and all of a sudden his career just.
You know what happened to him? You know exactly what happened to him. He went to fucking Cleveland.
No, did he go to Cleveland? That's right. He did end up playing Cleveland, didn't he? Yeah. Well, Cleveland for a while was the wasteland of player. It was between Cleveland and the New York Jets. Those are the two teams that if you were at the end of your career and you still want to get a little bit of a payday, you would go there. But you got to know when you went there, your career was over. But you're going to get paid, but your career was over. You're probably going to retire after that stop, and it was nuts.
Yeah.
It's nice to see
a wasteland.
Well, no, it's nice to see that Cleveland's not really a wasteland anymore. That's a legit team now, man. People better pay.
Yeah, Myles Garrett might be Defensive Player of the Year.
He had a really good year this year. He did. I can see it. Why not? He was phenomenal.
He had 14 sacks.
I know my boy Carter is up for defensive rookie. I don't think he'll get it because of how they performed like the last month or so of the season. But he had a really good first half of the season. He was incredible. But I think the defensive rookie is going to go to probably one of the corners, rookie corners or something. But that's okay. I tell you what, Myles Garrett had a good year. There was a lot of pretty good defenders that had decent years. I feel like defensive players sometimes they have good year, like really have good seasons, and it gets overshadowed by the offense too much. You don't people just don't talk about defense like they do offense. So it's like I don't know.
All
Like,
right.
yeah,
So let's
what's up?
start with the
Uh,
NFC. All right. Who do you got? Detroit.
I
or
okay.
San Fran?
There's okay. Here, okay. I'll tell you who I think is going to win, and I'll tell you who I want to win. I
Okay.
think the 49ers are going to win, but I want the Lions to win because I fucking hate San Francisco.
Okay.
The little 40 whiners.
But I heard basically Stephen A. Smith is trying to say that it comes down to if Debo Samuels is going to play for San Fran or not.
Well, I tell you what, they're much better with him.
I know, but like, can you really put that a fucking playoff game of that magnitude down to a wide receiver?
I don't know if I don't know because they've got other good wideouts on that team that can make plays.
On that
team. Too many other weapons. To be honest with you, it'd be different if Devo and somebody else was going to be out. You know, then I might say, okay, they're missing two key guys. But to me, if you can't like. If you miss like and I know he's a star wide receiver, and I get it, and he's a tough wide receiver, and he makes big plays, and I know he doubles as a running back. I get that, but he, if you can't win without him, but you got everybody else, then then that's shit. You suck, So, and I don't think I don't think it'll come down to that. I mean, I'm sure they can compensate for what he'll bring to the offense. They can compensate with other guys. It means other guys are going to have to step up, and I'm sure they will. They got good players, man. Kittle is arguably one of the better tight ends in the league. He don't get the respect he deserves. I like him a lot. I think he's one of those dudes I can see hanging out. I can see myself hanging out with and having a good time. He's just so yeah, bro. What's up, man? All right,
like the Kelseys.
Yeah, like the Kelseys, exactly. He's just down to earth.
Dude.
Yeah.
All right. So AFC.
That's the tricky one because
Baltimore and KC.
Yeah, I want Baltimore to win, but I'm worried because it's the Chiefs, and they just find a way to win sometimes when they shouldn't, but they find a way to do it. But I would love to see Baltimore have a chance. I would. The Chiefs are one of those teams though that just fucking won't go away, man.
Yeah,
they just won't go away. They're like the remember the whole Nugget angle back in the day. They're like the Nugget. You flush them and it won't cut out.
Jesus
Christ! Oh god!
You gross. Bird says Baltimore, Detroit for the ball.
You know what? That would be my favorites. That would be the Super Bowl I want. I would love to see them two go at it. I don't know if Detroit can beat Baltimore, but I can tell you what, Detroit seems like they are overcoming. Like anytime you think they can't win, they win. So I don't know. It's sort of like during the season, whenever Detroit got in trouble, it seemed like when they played teams that you would expect them to win, expect Detroit to win, and then Detroit would end up playing either a close game or lose. I mean, I don't know. I think I'd love it. I'd love to see him win, but it's San Fran, dude.
I think it's gonna be Baltimore, San Fran.
That's probably what it's going to be, and
I want Detroit to win.
Yeah, I do too.
Besides Eric, I got other friends that root for Detroit.
Yeah, and wouldn't it be fun to see two teams in the Super Bowl that really haven't been for quite a while? I mean, Detroit hasn't been forever. I don't think Detroit's ever been to a Super Bowl, have they? I mean, goddamn, I don't even think they've ever been to a Super Bowl. So it would be so much fun to see them just make it there. And then Baltimore hasn't. Last time Baltimore went, Flacco was their fucking quarterback.
Flacco.
I mean, Christ. It's been that was when the Harbaugh brothers went at it, right? And ironically, it was San Fran and Baltimore back then too. So I don't know. It was
I think Lamar Jackson's gonna get his first ring.
well, it's funny. He's unreal, man, and you kind of are almost think like isn't it? He's got an MVP.
Same thing with the Browns.
He may have two MVPs if we think about it, because he could get MVP this year too. It's time, dude. He's got this big fat contract. Now it's time to deliver a championship, and if you do it, you solidify yourself as one of the better quarterbacks in the league. Yeah. But you got to be you're on that top rung. But he's got to do this, man, to get up there now. That's the complete the pyramid, if you will.
I really think it's going to depend on what happens. Like if it's a close game,
mm-hmm.
I don't think it damages him at all. And I think he should be the MVP of the league.
Oh, I think he should be too. I think he had the best year.
Yeah.
I think he was unfucking real. And you know what's crazy too? Baltimore's defense is nasty. It doesn't get, I don't think it gets the respect it deserves as to how good it is. They are nasty as shit, man. And I'm telling you, I can see them having their way and shutting down. I think they can shut down San Fran. They can shut down San Fran.
Yeah.
They beat San Fran's ass. Like, they didn't just beat them, they fucked them up. And I think the Niners are capable.
North had fun with San Fran this year.
It seems like it. Because San Fran dropped them. Cleveland beat them.
Yep.
Baltimore beat them. Did the Bungles beat them?
I'm not sure.
I can't remember the Bungles. I thought the Bungles beat them too. I thought the Bungles were one of that 3-game skid they went on. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I thought, yeah. But yeah, I don't know if Pittsburgh did or not. I don't think, but I know they
lost to the Bengals.
Yeah, they did, didn't they? Okay, so the Bengals, the Browns, and then the Ravens fucked them up, man.
The Vikings
Vikings beat them too. Okay, yep. So I mean, man, it's just, I don't know, man. It's big surprise. Roman Reigns is getting help from one of his cousins. Of course he is. Because it's a fatal 4-way, there's no DQ. Naturally, one of them is in, and you're going to do all the work for Roman.
Booker T says he's trying to get Jacob Fatu signed.
That'd be bad. That'd be pretty cool if they can land him. That'd be a big.
That's how you end the bloodline.
That's
Well, how you end Roman. So
how you end Roman?
So off and do a movie or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, they're gonna have him. That's fucking crazy. Roman's laid out, and and he's leaving the ring with Jesus Christ. I love Solo Sikoa. I think he's fun, man. But I think I wanted him to be the one to fucking turn on Roman and beat Roman's ass. But
I mean, I don't know how this whole thing's gonna end, especially with them seemingly getting The Rock involved.
Yeah, it's a little worrisome,
especially now that The Rock is a fucking vice president.
Yeah, he's on the board, man. He's on the board of. That's fucking crazy. I was saying to Anna, I said, I wonder how Triple H feels now The Rock is his boss, one of his bosses. I mean, as board members, man, you can put you on one board. Hire you to be on the board of a company like that. That's a lot of power, to have. So I don't know. I'm.
It should be fucking interesting, man.
Oh, that was close. AJ Styles almost pinned all 3 of these motherfuckers to win the title.
Yeah, he can't. Oh my god, he looks like a '80s mom.
AJ
Like,
Styles.
yeah, like an 80s soccer mom. I expect like AJ Styles to be like come out in, like an 88 Caravan.
That's so funny.
Like one of the sky blue ones with the wood trim.
Yeah. Oh, that's like the new station wagon.
Excuse me.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. Oh man.
Uh,
Oh, that's good.
fucking change the name of the Styles Clash to the Karen Clash.
The Karen Clash. Oh, he's going for a chair. There you go. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Styles. Ooh, multiple chairs. Okay. Oh no, just one. Okay.
Oh, dude.
Oh, and then go. Yeah. Well, yeah. I also. Okay. So the company came out this week, right? It was so funny, right? All the Vince McMahon bullshit that came out, right? So
Uh-huh.
they come out and say, "Look, Vince McMahon has nothing to do with the WWE anymore, any running or anything of it." And then a couple of days later, Vince McMahon puts out a press release saying that he's formally resigned from all position. And I'm like, "Wait, so?" The company already said that you was done and you had nothing to do with it. But I guess maybe they want him to formally come out and put something out. Yeah, publicly put something out for him. It cracked me up. I thought it was funny as shit. It's almost like they weren't happy with them just saying it. We want the public to know, that you understand this too. You had nothing to do with this. We're separating ourselves from your nasty ass. Go ahead.
All right, so I guess we might as well get into it.
Oh, sure. Let's go.
All right. So this week, early, it was leaked that there is a new court filing against Vince McMahon and TKO in WWE and John Laurinaitis.
Yeah, John Laurinaitis is part of it. Yep.
Brock Lesnar may be named.
Yep. Yeah. God.
So there's a young lady named Janelle Grant who met Vince McMahon through a building supervisor because her parents died and she lost all her money.
God
and
damn.
So she needed a job, and so I don't know how the owner of this building knew Vince, but he did. Got Janelle Grant a meeting with Vince and a job with the WWE.
That is crazy to me.
It's like
weird.
Woman,
Yeah. And this woman's she's pretty. She's good looking.
She is a very attractive young
woman. Yeah, she is, and probably some naivete there too.
The accusations then start coming hard and fast. Basically, the allegations are that Vince groomed her with ever increasingly more degrading sexual behavior. The thing that was the quote unquote highlight of the summary is a threesome between Vince McMahon, this young woman, and John Laurinaitis.
Jesus Christ.
In which Mr. McMahon allegedly defecated on the young woman.
See, it's that would call me off guard when I heard about that, because I was like, wait a minute. Then I started thinking about it, and I said, you know what? It is Vince McMahon. He would be into that shit if you think about it.
It's insane.
Oh man,
this is
this
is caveman shit.
It is. It's just fucking trifling, dude. He's fucking gross, man. I don't know. but it's like he's like I think he's into demoralizing people. I really
Yeah.
am. I really do. He likes to be that powerful person, and he likes to flex his power. And what better way than to shit on somebody, literally, So
Yeah, I mean,
God,
look at look at everything he's done, like the Kiss
yeah,
My Ass Club.
yep,
I mean, it's just been exactly that. Like he's
yep,
per- portrayed himself as, I guess, what he allegedly is, and that's a
yeah,
sadist.
yeah. Whatever. I always believed that in my heart that his Mr. McMahon character that he would play on TV wasn't a stretch from him from the real Vince McMahon. It just wasn't that much of a stretch. Wasn't that far off. And I don't know. It seemed like he played it with ease.
See, I think the interesting thing is that most wrestling personas are, that person dialed up to 10.
Right, right.
I think Mr. McMahon was dialed down to about
Mm,
5 or 6.
yeah, yeah. Like really, he would like literally hold himself back from
Yeah.
what is real. That's fucking nuts if you think about it.
Yeah.
God damn,
And then,
unbelievable.
did you see the video going around on Twitter of Stephanie?
I did not know. I didn't see that.
Oh my God. There's a video from like an early SmackDown where Stephanie is talking about how Vince used her like in the boardroom to screw people as favors and shit.
Oh,
So
of course.
basically, Steph was saying like Vince hoard her out to the fucking board and shit. And now this fucking stuff comes out, and it's like, holy shit, how real is that?
That's crazy, dude. So he's like
And then,
traffic.
yeah, and then think about this. She, once the allegations came out,
Yeah.
and Vince came back after
She was
she was in
she
charge,
she was
she was
gone.
gone.
Yep. Yeah, you're right. That's very telling. It
I
seemed like
mean,
yeah.
if
Yeah,
your own daughter don't want shit to do with you,
that's wild, dude. He would again. He just has no respect for. I would say just women. It's not just women. He has no respect for anybody. That
right?
dude is a narcissistic fuck, man. He is. He is all about him, man. It don't. And you wonder why him and his wife have been living separate for a long time. I guarantee she realized this guy's a fucking maniac, man. I gotta keep my but for
And that
financial
was,
sake, they stay married, right?
yeah,
So right,
and
but
so that she could run for the Senate.
that's true too. Yeah, she had a couple center runs. Then she was on Trump's cabinet for a minute,
Yeah.
and so yeah,
Well,
that's
and
wild.
allegedly Linda likes other women, the company of other women,
Well, I wouldn't be surprised.
and
I mean, fucking with Vince might make you go women.
yeah,
If you're a woman, fucking with him might make you go, you know what? I need to get myself a good girl and get my carpet munched. So,
somebody a little gentle.
yeah,
Jeez.
really, right? At least and find yourself a woman that won't shit on you, like he
Yeah.
likes to do, apparently.
Come here, pal.
Fucking bad, dude. Oh my god. Oh man, it's so he's so fucked up, dude. So they're okay. The accusations are serious though, because like trafficking,
Yeah.
fucking. I mean, using his position of power. I mean, so is she? I know she's suing him civilly, but is it possible that they're going to try any criminal charges could come of this? Because I haven't heard of that or not. I wasn't sure
Don't know.
because I don't know if the whole trafficking accusation.
Yeah.
I mean that's illegal criminally to do that shit. But I don't know if it's the kind of trafficking that like you know
She
because she I mean
in the report she alleges the hard R word.
really
Yes.
Uh,
She says that she says quite a few times that she said no,
huh.
including in encounters with Vince and Laurinaitis, allegedly. This is what it is.
So the second she said, if she says no, if she said no, the second she says no, and it is what it is, right? And
Right.
yeah. So there, if that's the case, then you are talking about some criminal acts. But then it's about trying to prove said criminal acts too, since they happened. But then again, listen, look, Bill Cosby, okay, got convicted on shit that he did like long time ago,
Yeah.
and it just goes testimony can sometimes trump lack of evidence, and maybe that's if they want. I mean, if they go after him criminally for that shit, man, him and Laurinaitis might be butt buddies in the jail cell, man.
And like the thing is like there's other people named in this affidavit. I only could get through I got through the entire summary,
Right.
but like trying to get it is very dense. And
Mm.
but I will say for a legal document,
Yeah, is it pretty easy to follow?
it's written very salaciously.
Is it really?
Like
No, it's not here.
you usually like when
Yeah.
you read something like this, it is very dry.
Mm-hmm.
This is like a penthouse forum letter.
Jesus Christ.
It's insane. Like
They wanted to make sure that bitch sounds as bad as it is. That's what it is. They want to make sure that you think that when you're reading it, you're going, whoa.
yeah.
It's they I can see that. They clearly want to make sure they got the attention of for the court filing. That's interesting.
And then like Brock.
That's an interesting thing too, because that's something that I think that I believed in and this sounds crazy, but I really did believe for a long time that Vince McMahon did shit like this for certain pro wrestlers. I did believe he did this. And then now it's actually coming to light. Somebody's actually saying that it happened. It's got me going, oh man, it was. I wonder if it was probably was happening,
I was a naive fuck because I didn't think anything of it until the Mandy Rose shit came out.
Yeah. And there was another example of him, because I tell everyone the timing of her being fired and then it being and then the WWE to come out and say it was over her stupid OnlyFans or whatever.
Yeah.
That she already, by the way, that she had for a while, by the way. And then all of a sudden they came down on her for it, but she had it for a while. It's like she didn't just start it; she had it for quite a bit, But then it happened right around the time Vince McMahon's being accused of having a relationship with one of the talent. She's gotten rid of, and the reason they give is the OnlyFans thing, but I don't believe it. I don't think that. I think it was the cover up. That's what I think it was. But I think she was the one he was fucking. I really do. I can't prove it, but I'm positive.
The allegation.
Yep, and I believe it. I do, because if you just look at the timing of her leaving and everything, and how everything happened, it doesn't make sense. This doesn't seem right. Something's not right there, But
so like, this is pretty definitive with him resigning.
Yeah.
These allegations are pretty damning.
Yeah. Him and
who else is going down? Because Vince is definitely, there's something happening for Vince, and there's something happening for Johnny Boy.
Well, what I'm wondering is if other people knew about this and ignored it, could they be part of? Could they be included?
Yeah,
as part of the and that means the company. Now, depending on when this was happening, Did it happen before TKO bought the WWE, or did it happen?
Yeah.
All right, right. So then the TKO now TKO, if this was brought to their attention, if she has evidence that her lawyers brought this to their attention and they didn't do anything about it and they just dismissed it, then they might be able to get TKO on it too.
Well, that's the thing. I think that it's. I don't understand how the merger could have happened with the UFC, because during shit like that, you have to do your due diligence. And
you should.
They had to have known.
I gotta believe they did. I mean, that it was covered up that well from them.
Like,
but
like, there's been rumors for years.
There have been.
If you have a professional fucking investigator on your payroll,
they're gonna find out. They're gonna figure out. They're gonna.
So I don't understand how that merger happened
without them knowing.
And now
it's some stinks, dude.
Do they just fucking kick them loose? Like, what happens? Like,
well, I mean, the sale is done. That's happened already. So the companies are merged. But Vince McMahon is
Vince is gone.
Vince is gone, right?
Supposedly.
Yeah,
we've heard this before.
Yeah, but I think this time it may be legit, because I don't think they want to be attached to him with all this crazy, with all these accusations going on right now. I mean, it's plus like I said, it'd be one thing if this was the first time we'd ever heard of anything like this. Right. But it's not. Vince has a history of being accused of these kind of things, and so I think, like, where was it? Where there's smoke, there's fire. Well, this motherfucker has got a lot of black smoke over his fucking spot, So. Yeah. I just think that it's, and then some of the accusations. It's an employee, man. Like, this chick was an employee. You hired her on. And other accusations of him and Laurinaitis fucking were with employees.
Yeah.
When you're talking about that shit, now you are putting the company in serious jeopardy, because you're using your position, of authority over somebody, to get them, to coerce them into doing what you want them to do, which is, in this case, have a threesome with me and Johnny, or whatever. I mean, it's you can't. That shit is there's a reason why there's laws on the books on that shit, and and companies can be sued out of their fucking out of a lot of fucking money for that. And I'm wondering if, I mean, I'm sure they'll go after Vince, and if TKO did know anything about it, they might go after TKO as well. Now that they're the parent company,
the argument that I just gave you, the one that says, like, there's no way they couldn't have known.
I agree with you. I don't think there's a way they couldn't have known.
I'm sure Miss Grant's attorneys are going to make that argument also.
Oh yeah, and they should. They absolutely should, because it's true. How the fuck could you not know? Come on, how could you not know that some of this? You knew all the accusations that happened before, because while they were in the news. They were in the news, exactly, right before the merger happened. Why? I mean, you knew Vince McMahon was stepped down. I know they knew that, because they're the ones that brought Vince back.
Yeah.
After the sale, they brought him on because they wanted him to help run things for a minute, while they were while the sale was happening. Yep. While the sale was going through. So, so that they knew, what the accusations were before, and why the board, basically got rid of his ass. Said, see you later, So I just, that might be why they've included the TKO in the lawsuit, because they're going to go after them financially too.
Yeah.
And if you're TKO, you might argue that they might go after Vince McMahon financially as well.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. So I don't. It's tough, man. I don't.
Could we see a thing where they dissolve the WWE?
Well, No, I don't think so. Because I think the WWE is too big to dissolve. It's a huge company. It's got so much. I mean, it's got the WWE
Do we see them rebrand it?
No, I could see something like I could imagine seeing something like that down the road if they feel like it's damaged beyond repair.
Oh,
But the problem is WWE has weathered the company itself has weathered so many storms
oh yeah.
and has been able to basically survive, and the brand stays solvent, and stays
But
actually
like
gains
the
popularity.
the thing was like the WWE was bulletproof because of Vince was bulletproof.
Yeah, but I don't know. See, I think
And
Vince,
now Vince is getting got.
right? But I would argue that you could be, and I can understand that thought. But I would argue this is that Vince built such a powerful brand, and it's such a power, and the company is so big. It's got its hands in all kinds of stuff that I don't think like you can detach Vince from the company.
Right.
Like you like to me, I don't know that I'm going to be pissed at the WWE as a company as a whole for Vince's actions. Now there are some employees within the company that I'm sure
Right.
knew what was going on and ignored shit and covered shit up. Like even Stephanie, you could argue, is a little bit to blame. You think Triple H didn't know something about that shit?
Well, yeah, we were talking before the show about Stephanie,
Yeah,
and the timeline of that, how that worked out.
right. So
And
Stephanie probably knew knew a lot more was going on, and she didn't come out. She kept her mouth shut. Now,
she probably had an NDA first of all.
possibly that, and see, Vince loves that shit apparently
Yeah,
too. Vince loves to do the NDA thing. He loves that shit.
and
You know,
she did resign.
she did resign, but I'm wondering, was there ever a time before she signed an NDA that she could have opened her mouth and said something and didn't? And
She's been
that's
an employee of that company since she was a
well,
teenager.
not to mention it's her dad too.
Yeah.
That's there is a loyalty to him, or
It's
was at least. Maybe not anymore. Maybe now she's separating it because I mean they got 3 girls, man. They got daughters and shit.
Yeah.
And that's their grandfather. You think Stephanie and Triple H don't want are happy because their girls are old enough now. I'm sure they get the news. They hear the news. They got the internet. So I'm sure they're hearing all this shit about their grandfather. That's gotta suck. To have to explain that. I don't know. I
So like that's what I'm saying is like if you're TKO,
yeah.
you have a brand new board. You have no McMahons on the board.
Yep. Yep. Because Triple H isn't on the board. He's an employee of the company, but he's not.
There's
He's not on the board.
Nick Khan and The Rock.
Yep.
Do you think that they basically be like, okay, start over?
I mean, it's sure. I'm sure. Sure, is a possibility. I don't think they will. I think they'll go into repair mode, where they will just, really just start repairing the damage that's been done to the brand, if any, and definitely separate. They've already started, if you think about it. By separating themselves from Vince McMahon, they're already starting it. That's how they can say, well, listen, we didn't know about all that, and so we immediately were disgusted by that, and immediately we got rid of him, whatever,
Yeah.
but yeah.
But like, this is going to be the start of something.
Well, I mean, I'm sure we haven't heard the last of it as far as because like you were saying, TKO is included in that lawsuit.
Yeah.
They definitely, so they're definitely suing, because I guess suing the WWE is suing TKO now.
Yeah.
So you can't but so they're definitely including the company in on the lawsuit, which makes sense because you're going to get you're gonna make a lot. You're gonna get paid, and the company. But I'm betting that if the company can find some way to make sure that they, or to show that they didn't know about her particular case, even though they might have known about other cases, that they didn't know about her situation, then they'll try to get the case against them dismissed, or maybe they'll just pay her off, dude. They could just pay her off.
See, I think this opens the floodgates. And I think what's going to happen is you're going to see a big name talent sue.
See, that's what I'm wondering. How many of the past? Well, we've heard stories from some of the past talent though that made accusations about Vince McMahon and shit. I mean, but we just didn't. I don't think a lot of us took it serious, But
here's an interesting thing. If Brock is involved, Brock is married to
Sable. Yep.
Sable.
Yeah, who, by the way, sued the WWE for sexual harassment years ago, and they settled out of court with her.
Yeah.
So she got something from them. I don't know how much money she got, but she definitely got some money from them in a settlement, and the settlement was never released, as far as I know. So they kept that on hush hush. But and they only agreed to settle with her as long as they with the stipulation being that we're not admitting to any guilt at all.
Yeah.
But by paying her off, yes, you are. Sorry, that's how I always feel. Like, if you pay somebody off, you're guilty, dude. That's it. You are. You're not. There's no bullshit.
I'm telling you, there's gonna be a huge name.
I bet you're right. I'll bet you're right.
And I don't think.
Do you think it might the name?
Yeah, I don't think it's only going to be a female.
It'd be crazy as fuck, dude. Can you imagine? I wouldn't be shocked though. He's a nasty. Dude, if
he's having threesomes with Laurinaitis.
Yeah, it tells you something right there. Yep. But
what's up?
But
Joe?
what if it's okay? But do you think it'll be a past talent, or could it be a current talent that's been around for a while, maybe? But has had then
who knows, man?
It's wild, dude. I already think he was fucking. What's her name? Down in NXT. I think he was fucking her. I do.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was him and Johnny was banging her, but I'm positive at least Vince was. And so, but she I think they covered her up by getting rid of her. Yeah. And she ain't gonna say nothing, because why do that to herself when she's making a ton of money on OnlyFans? She ended up using that firing, by the way, to make herself a ton of dough, man.
Yeah.
Holy shit. She made millions. And I mean, why not? Yeah. But he, I'm just wondering if he's been doing that shit to any of the talent that might still be under contract right now. That's fucking frightening. If you hear that, I mean,
I'm telling you, the way he likes to humiliate people, there's going to be a male talent that has a big name that's going to come out and is going to sue.
That's insane.
It is going to fucking
That is so crazy, dude.
Oh my god. Okay, conspiracy tinfoil hat time.
All right.
Sometimes when you become a corporate executive, you have to sign a non-disclosure agreement.
True.
The Rock just became
Oh wow! So maybe The Rock. Yeah, hold up. If you think about it, The Rock probably
allegedly.
The Rock allegedly probably knows a lot of dirty stuff. that's going on
No.
behind the scenes in that company. And you're right. I wonder if if it. I don't know if they did or not, but maybe they had him sign an NDA before he became. I don't know. That's crazy as fuck, dude.
Yo,
Oh man,
fucking
he's getting one of his fucking homies to help him out. God damn it. I hate that mother.
after Hogan saved that chick on the highway,
Yeah.
his son got another DUI.
Yeah, I heard he was supposed to be like trying to come to his son's defense too, and God, man, his son is a his son's a piece of shit, dude. I'm sorry, but then I guess look at his family life. I mean, his mom was banging one of it, like a guy that he was it one of his friends or was like I know the guy was close to his age.
Yeah, I think
So,
it was one of Brooks' friends.
oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, it's even worse. Oh
Or
my
Nick's
God.
friend. No, I think it was one of Nick's friends. Yeah, one of Nick's friends.
Oh,
And then,
that's
and then the Hulkster likes chicks that look like his daughter, which is
I know, which is really fucking creepy.
Yeah.
I said the same thing about. Oh man, I said the same thing about Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Donald Trump likes the same type of woman. Each one of his wives that they kind of have
Well, the
they
shit
look
he
like.
said about Ivanka was really fucking creepy.
Yeah, that too. But it's like, oh my God, it's just it's creepy as shit, man.
Oh.
Oh man, he's it's uh. Oh no, Kevin got caught with brass knucks.
Uh-oh.
He's gonna DQ him. Kevin Owens got disqualified.
So
Oh, wow.
Triple H is Vince's son-in-law
Right.
and the current head of creative.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, what if this takes down Triple H?
Yeah. See, I don't know.
That's
I
like what you hear about him is that he is squeaky clean.
yeah.
Except he does roids.
Right. I don't
know,
ever believe
it's like-
anybody is squeaky clean, though. I just don't believe it. I'm just not a. I don't know. I'm just not a believer. Even Triple H has his dirty shit. I'm sure, like he definitely he definitely was fucking with Stephanie while he was involved with China. He definitely was.
Yeah.
So he fucked around on China, and then I don't know. That's but that is what it is, whatever. Yeah.
But he has a reputation.
He
of
does.
being a straight up person.
Oh, okay, yeah, I guess. Well, being like a person who doesn't want to fuck people over necessarily. I get it. Maybe that. But yeah, I know he's a defender of the talent.
Yeah,
for sure. But I still think that.
But like what I'm saying is, if he goes down, that's a fucking huge ass domino.
No, yeah, definitely.
Because if he goes down, I mean, that's the last bastion of McMahon on that fucking.
That's true. That's true.
If he goes down, you think Shawn Michaels isn't?
I don't know, man. Shawn has tried his best to stay squeaky clean for a long time.
Yeah, that's what we think.
Yeah, right. What we think. I mean, but I'm sure
nobody thought Vince McMahon was actually fucking behind the scenes telling people he was a fucking genetic jackhammer.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
One of the allegations in the summary is he threatened that chick with the T-Rex that the T-Rex head would eat her if she opened her mouth.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't laugh because it's horrible. It's really bad. Like I try to imagine, like I have a daughter, a grown daughter, and I try to imagine, like I would be, these girls all have dads, and and you're a father, and you hear about some old crotchety fuck doing something like that to your daughter, you want to kill that motherfucker. I mean, so I don't mean to laugh because it's really not. It's terrible. It's a terrible thing. But at the same time, it sounds so Vince McMahon to say something crazy like that, though. It does. That sounds like something he would say. He's nuts, man. Guy's a lunatic. I don't know. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I
Yeah.
was fucking thinking about fucking Beyond the Mat.
Yeah.
Remember when Draws came in?
Yes, I do. Yep.
He's gotta puke. He's gotta
Gonna puke. I gotta puke.
If it's in my head, it's got to be in yours. All I can figure now is him with fucking Johnny. He's gonna come. Hey, boss.
I just think it's weird. Like, I want to know what kind of threesome action they were doing. I mean, that's how. Were they doing
shit on her back?
Were they doing the true Devil's threesome where there's some I'll use initials DP going on? There's what kind of stuff is going on, man?
How did he shit on her back?
I don't know. It's like, damn, man. Unless he I don't know. Unless while Jaron Laurinaitis was hitting it from behind, he just kind of got up over top of her, and I don't know. That's that was what Johnny might have got.
Put her in the Steiner recliner.
Yeah. Oh, Johnny might have gotten some stuff on him too. He might have been, God damn, Vince, your shit stinks, dude.
Hey, boss, yeah.
I'm trying to finish here, Vince.
That's a little stiff there, boss.
And dude, he's married to Mama.
Pal.
He's married to Mama Bella.
Yeah. Right.
So I'm wondering. I know she's been trying to stand by her man through all this, but I gotta wonder if there's a straw to break the camel's back where she goes, "What the fuck, dude? Come on."
Like the dot. I mean, it's got to be brutal with those twins.
That's horrible.
Oh my God! Here's something else to think about.
Oh man,
his stepson-in-law is fucking Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, true.
How do you think he's fucking taking this?
I mean, goddamn, our family's gotta be attached to that shit in any way. Literally, ew. Oh, attached to that shit. Yeah. Man, I'm telling you, dude.
My God, like the shockwaves when like this finally settles down, this is gonna be like the biggest scandal in the history of wrestling.
That's what I'm wondering about.
And there's all the other biggest one, the steroid trial, was about Vince too.
Yeah. I'm wondering. What I'm wondering is how far does it go? Like, I mean, how many women has he done this to? Is what I'm wondering. And if you only believe it was 2 or 3, okay, you can be naive and think that if you want. I think there's probably more that are gonna. I agree with what you said earlier. The shit's gonna come out, dude. We're gonna start hearing more because I just don't believe. Look at this guy, man. He ain't the dude. He ain't just gonna do that a couple times and be all right with. He looks like he's gonna take advantage of this.
I think we even have to go back and look at Nails. Remember, Nails fucking was choking him, and and like fucking said that Vince came on to him and shit.
Yeah. You're right. I mean, and think about it. That's maybe Vince. Maybe he goes both ways.
Hey, Nails, pal.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a. I mean,
why don't you play with these grapefruits, huh, pal?
There's guys like powerful people like him who are rich and made themselves filthy rich and in their world they're the powerhouse of their world, right? Those guys, they crave all the depravity you can think of, man. That's what they crave, man. Because they're they think, I think a lot of times they think I've worked my ass off to get where I am. I deserve it.
Yeah.
I deserve to get anything I want, you know. And if I want my, if I want to
And I'm
mess with
not
it,
one. Look, I'm not one to king shame. Okay, but
no, neither am I.
but the problem here is it wasn't fucking consensual.
That's the problem, and that it was using his power position
Yeah.
to really intimidate and force somebody into
Yeah.
doing what he
And
wanted them to do, and
she,
that's
and in the documents, she makes it very clear that allegedly Vince told her that he had the best lawyers in the world and all this other
of
shit,
course.
So
And yeah,
there's
there's
that
nothing you
pressure
can.
too.
Right, there's nothing you can do. That's him.
No.
That's him empowering himself even more by letting her know you
Yeah.
have no out. So you're going to do what I tell you, or you're gone. And if
Yeah.
you try to sue me, I have lawyers will tie shit up in court forever. You'll be an old gray. Yeah, I'll be dead before anything happens. Yeah, I mean, it's not. Yeah, and that's intimidating too. When you're a young, maybe probably naive young lady in your 20s, you know,
Like,
you're a guy like him says that, and you know he's rich, you know he's powerful already. Of course, he's gonna have lawyers that and your thing is, oh man, I might as well not even try. Yeah, because nothing will happen. You know.
yeah, and I wonder how this is gonna affect current talent too. That is just like,
Well, as long as he's not part of the company anymore, I would hope that the company can still adjust. But I'm wondering if current talent has some stories of their own.
yeah,
And if I'm TKO, I'm getting the talent together and having some meetings,
yeah,
you know, and saying, hey, you need to tell us right now, truthfully. Yeah, if any of
you
this
have
shit's
to
happened to
do,
any of you.
yeah, like they have to do their own investigation.
Absolutely. I think that's true. They have to. You have to look into this. And I mean, you at least look into it and make sure that nobody on your town, on your no, nobody on your roster, or no one, or not just them, any employee in the company. You might have to talk to everybody who still works for the company that worked for the company before they purchased it. You know,
Yeah,
I'd be like, we need to know if y'all knew anything that should happen, because we, have lawyers come in and talk to them and find out, let them know, hey,
and I
just
mean,
give
like
us,
you're seeing like the statute of limitations on SA is non-existent.
right. Yeah,
You
I mean,
know,
look,
so I
Bill
mean,
Bill Cosby had
yeah,
a woman from 25, 30 years before.
from the
For the
'60s.
the 60s, even more than that.
Yeah,
That's like 40, 45, 50 years. God damn. So it can come back at any time and bite you in the ass.
no,
And there's no, it's if I ran that company, I would be going into straight up defense mode and just making sure getting all of it, everything together, get my
yeah.
employees together, find out what if any has been going on, and if he's been doing this to anybody else, that way you can get out ahead of it. But man, Jesus Christ, he's a maniac, man. This is you. I haven't read what you read. Yeah, I read a couple stories that were written, and then I don't think the stories went into it with the detail that you have.
Yeah. Well,
So,
the court documents are very fucking graphic.
oh, wow. See, that's maybe that's because whoever's writing the stories that just trying to keep it like PG.
No, it wasn't
Or
tried to be PG at all.
oh no, not you. I'm talking about the stories I
Oh, the
read.
story, yeah, like
Yeah,
probably from, like
yeah. People are
Fightful
writing,
and shit.
right,
Yeah,
right, right. They're writing about it. They might not be
yeah.
trying to put everything, every little detail, dirty detail into it.
Oh.
But I'm gonna look for the court filings. I'm gonna try to find it because I want to read it now. Find out how filthy it really is. It sounds like it's pretty bad, worse than I
Yeah.
thought.
Maya posted the link in our chat. So
Yes.
scroll up in the chat and you'll find
Okay.
it. It is insane.
That's nuts, man. He's Oh God. Single-handedly, man, it's like he built this big ass company, and I feel like he single-handedly is trying to
Just
destroy
ripping it down.
it. Yeah, man. Like, come on, dude.
Well, dude, I'm gonna call the show early
That's fine. That's fine.
because we've been going for about an hour, and I figure people are probably sick of hearing just us talk. So hopefully next week we'll get some more friends to talk with us.
Yeah, we'll see, man. We thought we were gonna have some people in, more people in, but
Yeah.
you know, some people, man, things happen. I get it.
Yeah.
Shit happens, so.
And plus, if we go now, people can watch the main event.
That's true. Yeah, the mail. Yeah, more Rumble. So
E, if you're watching, you can go ahead and do a hangout. And peace, love, and hair grease. We're out.
adios, guys.
Later.